Hello everyone. This is me, Dusty Circuit here. Welcome to another Kerbal Space Program video. And today I actually figured we'd do a kind of a bit of a different type of mission that's at least hopefully shouldn't be make for as long of a video than than what I normally do, but this so let me just go to the tracking station and I'll explain from there. So, I believe like a couple weeks ago, a new mod actually, well, I can't say a new that it released a few weeks ago, but it was redone a couple weeks to I don't know how long ago it was. I guess I'll put it in post, but there is a new planet mod. Well, I guess I can't call it new. It's been out for a few years, but it's the Silan mod, or I don't know if it's Silan or Silan. Not quite sure how it's pronounced, but it's a new planet that as you can see, it's really far away, really far in the outer solar system. Like you can see, that's Naden and Erlum and Sarnus, which are already further out than the stock system. And there's like Haveas, Maracas, and Ervo. And then that's the inner part of Sodan's orbit. Like that white line. And this is Silan, which is just kind of a take on the like the theory that there might be so basically there's this theory that in our solar system that there might be another gas giant that's like far in the outer solar system, even like farther away than Pluto. And there's this theory that in the history of the solar system, there actually there actually were 5 gas giants, but the 5th planet actually got ejected from the solar system. Well, some people might think it's theorized that planet that was ejected was ejected to the far outskirts of the solar system, like into where the Oort cloud is, and it just orbits really, really far away. And that's basically what Planet 9 is. And this mod is basically is kind of a like a play on that on Planet 9, basically. And it's a lot of moons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 moons. That's just crazy. So I think today we're probably just gonna go. I think we'll land on Lowell here, which actually is just I think one of the only atmospheric moons of the system. And there's a description. If you can pause the video here if you want to read. And there's the stats. And this moon actually has oceans, though for it to even have liquid oceans, it would need to have a really, probably a really thick atmosphere and probably a very, very high salt content, so water can't freeze even though we're super far away from Kerbal. And a lot of people even debate that Lathe shouldn't exist, but it's because it's really close to Joule. It's probably kept warm through it's probably a combination of tidal heating, and probably Lathe also has high saltwater content as well. But it may not even be possible for such a planet, such a body to exist this far away, but, well, this is Kerbal Space Program, and it can exist if Lathe can exist. And I actually read in one of the, Bogue's comment section, I think, for their overview of this mod that they posted. I think it mentioned all the moons actually are named after astronauts, which is kind of interesting. Maybe I'll just give you a close-up view of each of the moons. Well, that's kind of like Ovok, that one. Kind of a normal-looking moon. Oh, and this moon also has an atmosphere, but it's really, really thin. Like it's hardly even there, but it has one. This does not have an atmosphere, but it has like some interesting cracks, and also these interesting auroras at the poles. According to the description, this one is an ice moon that could have a subsurface ocean, which is pretty interesting. Kind of similar to to Europa and Enceladus in our solar system. Just another asteroid. And this is the furthest out moon. So yeah. Probably not gonna land on every moon this episode. Maybe we'll go here. And maybe land on a couple of the other moons. But I might actually, now that I think about it, it might be fun to design a mission that will send ships to land on every body. Like we're kind of used, like the most really we done in one mission like that is that would be like a Jewel 5 kind of mission, but I guess in that case it'll be a Silan 8 mission. But I guess that'll be for another video. Now this is gonna be, well, though I was thinking of using this plane for the mission. Though this with a ship that can, with a ship docked to the back of it, this can basically, I think this can pretty much land on every body and take off, like every planet and moon, and take off from every planet and moon, with maybe a couple exceptions. Because it has the nuclear jet engines that can work without an oxygen atmosphere. And outside of an atmosphere, these can double as rocket engines as well. Basically the same, it's largely unchanged from, I think, the last times I've used this craft, though I discovered that this part here, this reactor, like, can make a lot of power, though. So I'm kind of, yeah, like, look at that, like 800 electric charge per second. That's pretty good. And just to kind of extend the range of this plane without compromising on, like, on thrust to weight too much, like just for the trip to get out to space, I added a couple drop tanks to this, which are basically, these hold extra liquid fuel, and then once they're empty, they'll be jettisoned away. And with the procedural parts mod, I was even able to make these really streamlined as well, which I actually quite like that look. Though other than that, it's largely unchanged from other, really are unchanged from the last time I actually used this plane. So I guess without much further ado, let's take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Thing's a little bit slow to accelerate, so I think I might be time-lapsing this. think from here we'll just get and actually leave Kerbin. I'm actually want to go to Sarnis first, as actually going way out to Silan is going to use up a lot of fuel, and I don't know if we have quite enough. And I have a plan for actually how we're going to get to Silan, which I think will be kind of make this mission a bit more interesting. Why are we going to Takto? Basically, as an easy way to refuel before we do what's next in this. Well, the reason I'm going to Sarnis is to rendezvous with that what's left of my craft that I used in on my last mission of my series, to go to Uleg and Iomena. And my plan is to have this dock with that ship and actually go to Silan like in a direct transfer. It's like a straight line kind of maneuver, as opposed to like your typical like Hoffman transfer, which will make it so that our Kerbals will not have to spend hundreds of years in space in order to actually get out to Silan. Okay, from here I just need to actually refuel. Just through deploying our drills, our radiators. Turn on our reactor. And turn on our converter. And start mining. I can't because apparently this is not touching the ground. Well, give me a moment. Okay, there we go. It seems like we landed in a really poor spot for ore concentration, so we're just gonna have to do a lot of fast forwarding or fly to somewhere with higher concentration, but I'm too lazy to do that. And I guess we'll just ignore the fact that like 25 years have passed now. Looks like I might have to refuel my reactor. That's... well, so it's almost empty now. Now we're actually in one of the rainstorms, or... that are on Tacto. I'm not even gonna bother going into orbit. I'm just gonna use the atmosphere to get this apoapsis higher and higher until we're in the escape trajectory. Okay, looks like we went a little too far. So we'll just do a little bit of this. And from here, just need to get an encounter with Ovok. And rendezvous with a ship that's in orbit around it. Oh, we're retrograde with respect to our ship, so we're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Guess now we're ready to leave. I guess first let's leave Ovok. And then and just get into a higher orbit above Sarnus. And now we'll go straight for Silan. Okay, we're gonna have to be a little careful about how much fuel we burn. Because we have about 274 meters per second of delta V. And I guess we kind of want to go more or less until we're basically moving in a straight line towards Silan. Okay. Hey, we're not quite at interstellar transfer speeds, but we're actually gonna get to Silan in record time. Like in just 2 years, as opposed to the over 100 years it takes to get to Silan from Kerbin, like through a normal transfer. I don't know when to start burning. I guess maybe around now. Maybe too early. Okay, we made it to Silan. There's Silan. And that's wow, I think it's that one is where we're gonna be going first. Well, that's an interesting shot. Well, that would be really cool if we were on the actually on the other side. Seems like it might be a good shot for our thumbnail here. Well, I have a bit of a problem. I realized when I was doing that while I was doing my transfer burn out to here, I accidentally had these engines enabled, which led to all the fuel in my plane being depleted. But that doesn't mean our mission is stuck. What we could do is just have the mothership temporarily deorbit itself, detach the plane, and get the mothership back into a safe orbit. And I'm not sure if actually this planet is looking correct. Like I've seen, I think in Bogue's video, that's a little bit brighter than this. But actually, some people actually think this is actually adds a bit more realism because of this planet being this far away from the sun as it is. There's actually not going to be a whole lot of sunlight getting to it, which should mean actually it would be considerably darker than the closer planets. Ooh, that was a cool effect. So our plane is just basically drifting through space, and it can't use its engines, but as soon as we enter the atmosphere, we can use our engines on air breathing mode. And similar to Tecto, this planet, this moon, has rather high, really thick atmosphere at its surface, which makes flying on it pretty easy. Really just trying to expedite my landing a little bit. I don't want to land on the beach because the beaches actually are white. I think because of salt accumulation.
Too low. Gear.
Here we are. That's stupid. Guess I'm gonna also have to fix that. And I can't remove it. I was going to have him remove the ladder and replace it, but I guess because he can't. Guess this part. This is one of the Necrobones ladders, so I don't know if I guess it's probably not movable. But oh well. Yeah, these scatters are supposed to be like salt deposits. Maybe we'll go for a quick swim. I don't think there's science stuffs for this planet pack. Looks like there's not. So swimming is just very jarring because like when you're on the you're like near the coast or when you're in very shallow water, it just constantly keeps switching between like you being landed and being splashed. It just constantly moves your camera around, which is annoying. And I guess we'll just get away from the water. And then we'll plant our flag. Oh, I was thinking of getting like maybe see if we can see the planet in the sky of this moon, but it looks like it's tidally locked to the planet, so we can't do that. You know, it's doing some kind of interesting facial expressions. I think thinking of just ending my video here and just maybe keeping this just to be a shorter video, and then maybe next video we'll land on some more moons, or maybe we'll just go home.
Too low. Gear.
Not sure why that went off when I went in the ship, but okay. So I guess this has been me, Dusty Circuit, here with another episode of Kerbal Space Program. If you want to see my next videos, be sure to If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, be sure to rate, comment, like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And peace out. Bye.